Hello students, welcome back to your chemistry class. Before we start with today's topic, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when I post a new video. Also, like the video and share it with your friends.
Hello students, in this video we are going to solve some of the questions of coordination compounds, and these questions have been asked in your JEE and NEET exams. So here we begin with the first question. The question is, pick out the correct statement with respect to this particular compound. Now if you see, they have asked basically hybridization and the geometry. Now let us copy the compound and try to find out what is the hybridization and what is the geometry. Now atomic number of manganese is 25. So the electronic configuration would be argon 3d 5 4s2. Okay, now the oxidation state of Mn over here is x minus 6 is equal to minus 3, x is equal to plus 3. Okay students, now what we have to do is, if it is Mn plus 3, then what is the electronic configuration? It would be, if it is plus 3 means 3 electrons have gone, 3 electrons have been lost. So 2 from here, 1 from here, so it is 3d 4 now. Okay, so now what we have to do is, Mn plus 3, we are having 3d orbital 1 2 3 4 5. So here we have 3d 4, it means 1 2 3 4. Okay, and here we are having 4s, and we have over here 4p. Okay, now because cyanide Cn minus is a very strong ligand, it would lead to pairing of electrons. Now before pairing of electron takes place, we have to see how many cyanide anions are there. There are 6, so we need 6 boxes. So 1 we have, 2 3 4 5 and 6. So we need 6 boxes. Hence in presence of cyanide ion, what will happen? Electron from here will be shifted in the inner orbital. Okay, so it will be shifted in the innermost orbital. So now we would be getting 1 2 3 4 5. So this is 3d, and we would be getting here 1 2 3 4. Here we have 4s, which is empty. Here we have 4p. Fine. Now if you see, we are having 1 2 3 4 5 6 boxes, wherein 6 Cn minus ligands will come, and they are going to donate their electrons into the vacant orbitals of Mn plus 3. So now if you focus on this, what is the hybridization? It is D2sp3. It is D2sp3. What is the hybridization we have concluded? D2sp3. Have a look at this question now. D2sp3 hybridized, and it is octahedral compound. Okay, so the correct option which we are having is B option. I hope you have understood this particular question, that the main focus was hybridization and geometry. Here we have another question based on almost same concept. Hybridization involved in a complex that is NiCN4 minus 2, that is tetracyanonickelate 2 ion. We have to find out the hybridization. So what we are going to do, we are going to first write down nickel. Its atomic number is 28. Okay, so its electronic configuration would be, we all know, you also try to answer in your mind along with me. It is 3d8 4s2. Now find out the oxidation state of nickel in this particular compound. So it is Ni, okay, it is Ni x minus 4. Okay, x minus 4 is equal to minus 2, so x is equal to plus 2. So nickel plus 2 ion would be having electronic configuration as plus 2, means 2 electrons have been lost. So 2 electrons will be lost from 4s, and we will be getting here 3d8. Okay, so now if I have to write its electronic configuration in the form of Hund's rule, I am going to write, we are having 3d 1 2 3 4 5 and we have 4s and here we have 4p. Fine. So I am going to provide the position to the electrons. It is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now we all should know that Cn, it is which type of ligand? It is a very strong ligand. Okay, it is a strong ligand, so it will lead to pairing of electrons. So Cn is a strong ligand, it will lead to pairing of electrons. But before you carry out pairing of electrons, just check that what type of hybridization or how many electrons, how many boxes you need, that you make sure. So we need 4 boxes. So because of which what will happen now, electron will shift over here. Fine. So we will be getting here 1 2 3 4 5. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. Just see, this electron is shifting here. So we are having one empty box and this is 4s and here we have 4p. Now what is going to happen? 4 cyanide, 4 Cn minus will come and they will donate their electrons in this vacant orbitals of Ni plus 2. Okay, so what is the hybridization over here? This is 3D, isn't it? So this is D, this is S, this is P2, isn't it? So it is D, it is S, P2. So I write here D, S, P2. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is DSP2. Now the next question is, which amongst the following is a paramagnetic complex? Students, please remember, paramagnetic complex is a complex which is getting attracted when kept in the magnetic field. Now when a complex is paramagnetic when it contains unpaired electrons. Okay, unpaired electron is present, it means the compound is going to be paramagnetic. So ultimately we have to find out in these compounds which compound is having unpaired electron. So our focus has to be on the unpaired electron. Now how we will find out whether unpaired electron is there or not? We should know the hybridization of each element, isn't it? Now one more thing you have to keep in your mind, if we have strong ligand, it leads to pairing. So if pairing is there, chances of paramagnetism is very, very less. Okay, but if it is a weak ligand, it will not lead to pairing and hence the compound is going to be paramagnetic. Okay, so if we are able to identify the type of ligand which is present in these compounds, we can crack this question. Okay, now you all should know ammonia is a very strong ligand, carbonyl is a very strong ligand. Okay, so it means this is not going to be paramagnetic. Strong ligand is there, pairing will be there, and if pairing it is, it will be actually diamagnetic. Okay, or very, very less paramagnetic. So these two options are ruled out. Okay, now we are left out with these two options. Okay, we are left out with only two options. So I hereby write COBr4. Okay, I write here this particular option. Okay, and the second option is this PT, this and this. So I hope you are understanding what I did. These two options I have ruled out. They are not at all paramagnetic. I have taken only this option I wrote here. Okay, and this option I wrote here. So let us discuss now amongst these two which could be paramagnetic. It means which is having unpaired electron. Fine. Now cobalt atomic number is 27. Okay, in this case the oxidation state of cobalt would be x minus 4 is equal to minus 2, x is equal to plus 2. So it means we are having CO plus 2. Okay, so CO plus 2 would be having electronic configuration 3D 7 4s 0. Okay, so if it is 3D 7 4s 0, it means we are having 3D. So I'll write here we are having 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Fine, and we are having here 4s, and we all know that we are having 4p after 4s. Now here what will happen, as I already said that bromine, okay, that is Br, it is a weak ligand. It is a weak ligand. Br is Wl. It is a weak ligand. It means no pairing will take place. Okay, no pairing will take place, and hence what is going to happen, 4 Br minus will come and they will share their electrons over here, and the hybridization would be sp3. But we don't have to answer whether it is sp3 or what is the geometry. Our main focus is whether it is going to be paramagnetic or not, because it is having unpaired electron. Okay, so due to presence of unpaired electron, understood, due to presence of unpaired electron, okay, this particular compound is paramagnetic. Okay, this particular compound is paramagnetic. But we have ruled out one more option. This option also we have to discuss. Now platinum is having its electronic configuration as 4f14, 5d9, 6s1. Now you just see in this case what is happening is, even if this one electron shifts over here, okay, it is going to have 6s0. So in this case there are no unpaired electrons, so this option is also ruled out. Okay, so in this case option is also ruled out, so we are left out with only one option, that is COBr4 minus, which is paramagnetic in nature because there is presence of unpaired electron. Now students, we have another question, which one of the following is an outer orbital complex? Now first of all, what is the meaning of outer orbital complex? Outer orbital complex means when the outermost, okay, outermost d orbitals are used in hybridization. Okay, we will see this example for this question. Okay, outermost d orbitals are used in the hybridization, that is called as outermost orbital complexes. And paramagnetism I have already shared with you in the previous answer, that if there is presence of unpaired electron, then that compound is known to show paramagnetic behavior. Okay, now they have given us various options. Fine, they have given us various options. I'll write down the first option. Okay, I'll just copy over here. The first option is Ni NH3 6 twice. Okay, second option what they have given is NH3 6 twice. Third option is Cr NH3 6 thrice, and the fourth option is cobalt NH3 6 thrice. Now first of all, what we have to find out, that which of the complex, whether it is A, B, C, D, which of the complex is outer orbital complex as well as paramagnetic in nature. Okay, so which is outermost orbital complex and paramagnetic in nature. So we begin with the explanation of this particular question. Okay, now what we have to remember over here is nickel. What is the atomic number of nickel? Atomic number is 28. Now the oxidation state in this case for nickel is Ni plus 2. So directly I will write Ni plus 2 is having argon 3D8 4s2. Okay, if it is 3d8 4s2, then what we are going to do is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, now in this case what is happening, how many lone pair of electrons, how many unpaired electrons are there? 1 and 2. Fine. So here we have 2 unpaired electron. Okay, now but ammonia is a strong ligand, so it will lead to pairing of electrons. So here the shifting will happen, there will be pairing of electron will take place. So in this case for the time being we are concluding it that because ammonia is a strong ligand, okay, ammonia is a strong ligand, it will shift the electron over here. So there will be pairing. I have written P means there will be pairing taking place, and hence if pairing will take place, then there will be no unpaired electron. There will be no unpaired electron. Okay, and hence this option we rule out. Okay, now next we have zinc. Fine, next we are having zinc. Just have a look at zinc now. Okay, zinc, I write here +2. Zinc would be Ar 3d10. Now students, 3d10 it means all electrons are paired, isn't it? So no unpaired electron, isn't it? No unpaired electron. So if no unpaired electrons are there, what will happen? It is not going to show the paramagnetism. Okay, now we move on to the third option. Let us see. Third option is chromium. Have a look at this question, chromium. Okay, so when I write chromium, it is Cr plus 3 and it is going to be argon. Okay, argon 3d, chromium is 3d 4, 4s2, isn't it? So it will be 3d 4. Okay, it means 1 2 3 4. Fine. So we are having over here one box, second box, third box, fourth and fifth. This is 3d. Okay, 4 electrons are there, 1 2 3 4. Fine. Now ammonia is a strong ligand. Ammonia is a strong ligand. Okay, but yeah, it is +3 over here, so it would come 3d3. Okay, 3d3. So I write here 3d3. So 2 boxes are empty. Fine. Now we are having next as 4s, isn't it? And the next orbital is going to be 4p. Okay, now don't forget we are talking about a complex wherein we are having chromium, NH3 and 6. There are 6 boxes which we require. So here we have 1 2 3 4. Okay, we are having 4 and 5 and 6. So here we are having 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so in this case also if you see, we will be getting D2sp3 hybridization, but D is inside. Okay, this is an example of inner orbital complex. Okay, although it is going to be paramagnetic because there are unpaired electron, but this is example of inner orbital complex and it is paramagnetic. But we want which question? We want the answer as outer orbital complex and paramagnetic. So definitely this option also we rule out. So far first option we ruled out because there is no unpaired electron. Second option we ruled out because there is no unpaired electron. Third option we are having D2sp3. Okay, but it is the innermost orbital complex. It is having unpaired electron. Okay, it is paramagnetic, but we don't want inner orbital complex. We don't want this D should be inside. We want D has to come out. Okay, so that is the reason third option also I ruled out. Now let us check the fourth option. Are we in a position to solve the fourth option? Okay, so fourth option is this, students. Okay, so chromium is over now. Cobalt +3. Cobalt +3 would be argon 3d and 4s. Ideally cobalt is 3d7 4s2. Okay, so I write here 3d6. Fine, I write here 3d6. Just pay attention to what I am explaining now. So 3d we are having 1 2 3 4 5. This is 3d, this is 4s, and here we have 4p. Fine, 3d6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now in this case what is going to happen is we want CONH3 6, isn't it? We need 6 boxes, so 4s will be used, all the 3 orbitals of 4p will be used, and after 4p we are having d orbital. Okay, that is 4d we are having. So 1 2 3, I am not getting space here, 1 2 3 4 5, suppose 5 I have put. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Now what will happen? Ammonia will donate its electron here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, so it means 1 2 3 4 5 6 NH3 molecules have donated their lone pair of electrons into the empty orbitals of CO plus 3. Now in this case students, the outermost orbital which is used is D. Okay, this hybridization is going to be sp3d2. Okay, yes, it is using d orbital, outermost d orbital is used in hybridization. So it is outer orbital complex. Okay, it is outer orbital complex, first condition. Second condition, they are asking it is paramagnetic or not. Yes, it is going to be paramagnetic because there are unpaired electrons. So the correct answer for this question is D option. Here we have question based on same concept, that is which is diamagnetic. Now diamagnetic means what? Diamagnetic means where all the electrons are paired. Okay, electrons are paired electrons are present. So again, first we will have to find out the hybridization, and in that we would be able to make out that which is the example wherein we have paired electrons. Okay, now I'll give you one hint. In order to find out which particular compound is diamagnetic, you should always look out for the strong ligands. Why I am saying this? Because strong ligand leads to pairing of electrons. Strong ligand leads to pairing of electrons, and if electrons are paired, that particular compound is diamagnetic. So here we have a weak ligand, chlorine, all halides are weak ligands. So this option is not possible. Here also weak ligand, not possible. Yes, so it means we have to choose between these two options. Okay, so let us begin with the first option. We have nickel. So I am solving the B option. Let us see which answer is correct. Okay, nickel, I write here, what is the oxidation state of nickel over here? X minus 4 is equal to minus 2. So I write here now, that is X minus 4 is equal to minus 2. So nickel we are having plus 2, that is argon 3D and 4s. In normal condition it is 3D8 4s2. Now it is 3D8. Now students, in this case we are having 3D8. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, this is 3D. Okay, and here we have 4s and 4p. Now what is going to happen in this case? Cyanide is a strong ligand. It will lead to pairing of electron. So when the electron shifts over here, what will happen? The last box will be empty. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So the hybridization in this particular example would be DsP2. Now can you see any unpaired electron? No, all electrons are paired. All electrons are paired, and if all electrons are paired, that compound is diamagnetic. I have written here also pairing of electron is there, compound will be diamagnetic. So based on the discussion so far, I am saying that this particular option could be our answer. Okay, actually this is only the answer, this is the correct answer. Okay, B is the correct answer. But let us have a look at the D option also. Okay, now in D option it is Fe3 plus. So it is argon 3D 5 4s0. Now make sure students you all know 5 1 2 3 4 5, isn't it? Cyanide is a strong ligand. It will lead to pairing of electrons, but if it leads to pairing of electrons, still we will be having 2 boxes vacant, isn't it? These 2 boxes are vacant and this is the unpaired electron. So unpaired electron is there means this compound is paramagnetic in nature. Okay, so the correct option is B. Now students, this question should be very easy for you to solve. Of the following complexes, which is diamagnetic? Which is diamagnetic means what you have to make out? You have to make out that there should be electrons, all electrons are paired. Okay, there has to be paired electrons. Now, in which case paired electrons are there? When strong ligand is there. I'll just write here, strong ligand is there, it will lead to pairing of electrons. Okay, and it would lead to diamagnetism. Okay, so we have to find out which is the strong ligand. I have told you in this discussion, in discussion of this video, that all halides, okay, all X halides are weak ligands. So this is not the option because it is halide. These two are also not the option because this is halide. Ideally the correct answer is B, but still we need to make sure that whether it is B or not. Okay, so what I do is X, it is Ni plus 2, that is argon 3D 8 4s0. Sorry, 4s0. Now 3D 8, it means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we have 2 unpaired electron, but cyanide is a strong ligand. It would lead to pairing of electrons. See what I do now, I shift the electron from here to the previous orbital. So we are having now all the electrons paired, isn't it? All electrons are paired, and since we are not discussing hybridization, I would not touch hybridization, but still just to tell you that what is going to happen next. So see, all electrons are paired, all electrons paired. Okay, all electrons are paired, hence it is diamagnetic. Now why I have drawn these boxes? Because in these boxes 4 cyanide ions will come and they will donate their electrons over here. So their hybridization would be DsP2, that is square planar geometry. But our question is what? Among these compounds, which compound is diamagnetic in nature? So tetracyanonickelate 2 ion is diamagnetic in nature because in this complex we do not have any unpaired electron. Now we have one more question, the number of unpaired electrons in the complex. See students, complex is this, and what are they asking? That in this complex how many unpaired electrons are there? So let us quickly start with this. Cobalt. Cobalt is having atomic number 27, isn't it? Now in this case cobalt is having this oxidation status plus 3. Okay, so CO plus 3 is known to have electronic configuration argon and 3D 7 4s2, so 3D 6 4s0. Okay, now when we give the position to the electrons in the 3D orbital, we come to know it is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Now we all know that fluorine, that is fluoride, is a weak, it is a weak ligand, isn't it? So no pairing will take place, and if pairing will not take place, no pairing of electrons, and if pairing will not take place, how many electrons we are having? unpaired 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so our correct answer is C option. I hope you have understood this video wherein I have discussed hybridization, geometry, how to calculate number of unpaired electrons, how to identify paramagnetic and diamagnetic compounds. Thank you for watching this video. Do like it if you have understood the concept.